Literature is one of the oldest art forms known to man and a precursor in terms of storytelling. That's why some books are still bought, read, and discussed today even though they are years, decades, or even centuries old. Seeing how these stories became beloved by thousands of people, no wonder directors want to bring them to life using the art of cinema to reinterpret and adapt a classic tale. This then gave birth to the precursor of toxic fanism. The theme, the book is always better, which is why today we're gonna diss them to the bone. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, I'm Alex from Azalrix and welcome to the newest version of Screen Scene. Originally in these videos, I was just gonna review a movie or TV show, but seeing what the movie review movement is becoming, I wanted to differ. Please don't tell me I made a title card for nothing. And to kick that off, today we're gonna look at the rare but existing installment of this time where the cinematic adaptation was indeed better than the book.
What? You dare say some adaptations are better than the source material? You're really trying to piss me off today!
I know this was coming, I knew it. Look, this is a controversial subject, but don't worry, I will explain.
Fine, I'll let you explain, but you're on thin ice, mister!
You see what I meant by toxic fans?
Say what now?
Nothing. Quick disclaimer, some of these books I haven't read in their entirety or I read them a long time ago. So if your favorite piece is in this video and you want to clarify some point or just to insult me for the heck of it, this is why I've got a comment section.
For real? I've got the right to insult you in the comment section?
Nope, not you, you're a big bucket of salt, Captain Salty. And also, if you want to bring your own entry of a cinematographic adaptation better than the source material, just go nuts! You can also subscribe and activate the bell to be notified whenever a new video comes up. Alright, now that this is done, let's talk books. This is 5 times where the adaptation was better than the source material. The Shining. So yeah, right off the bat, I'm not gonna make friends here, but I believe the book Shining to be overrated.
You dare insult the great stick?
Calm down. I'm just saying that I can't conceive how The Shining can be considered as Stephen King's greatest work in a universe where books like The Green Mile exist.
I guess I can live with that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're still a piece of crap.
Obviously. Above that, Shining is known to be an excellent book and an excellent movie, but in the process of adaptation, it's one of the worst butchered and unfaithful adapting process. In the book, we do understand that Jack Torrance's loving husband and father has some problem right off the bat, but we also follow him in his descent to hell. We truly get that he's gonna be the main antagonist for the young Danny almost past the midway point. Before that, it was mostly about his struggle with alcoholism, his anger issues, and his creative block writing his book. While in the movies, these themes are present, but they are all swiped away by the Overlook Hotel who directly takes the spotlight. Hey everyone, Future Alex here. Just realized I forgot to shoot a certain part of the video regarding the movie Shining. The fact is that if I think the book is overrated, it's because in the book I feel like we are telling me 3 different stories. One with Jack's descent to hell, one with Danny's Shining, and one with Wendy's toxic relationship with Jack. While in the movie, it is much more focused around the Overlook Hotel, which in my opinion is a far more interesting subject. Here, just wanted to remind you how much of an incompetent I am. Have a great rest of the video, everyone! Face it, you can take away the whole arc of Danny with the Shining out of the movie and the holes are pretty easy to patch. Please excuse me, Mr. Kubrick, but I'd like some Shining in my Shining. You can go to hell, you and all your demands. I'm Stanley Kubrick, you son of a bitch. Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan. Okay, it's a manga, but there are pages you have to read, so technically it's a book, and also a book that gave birth to one of the greatest anime known to man. I'm a bit of a simp for Attack on Titan. Don't worry, this entire video was written way before I even finished season 4, so no spoilers for the end. Little anecdote, before the end of season 2, maybe 2 or 3 episodes before the season finale, I was tired of waiting a week between each episode. Knowing that there were like 4 years between the manga and the anime, I started reading the manga, just because I really wanted to know more.
Ah, so finally you admit that the manga is better than the anime?
No. No. My god, was I disappointed. I'm not just talking about the fact that the manga Attack on Titan has way too much text, leaving nothing to the visual language, something that the anime has corrected, or even the fact that if the anime is beautiful looking, the manga is okay, but the guy is not a professional drawer and it shows sometimes. No, the real problem is in the storytelling. And anyway, in general, mangas are not known to be the best in terms of storytelling, let's not lie. Oh, hey babe, what's up? What I mean is, mangas are excellent, the best form of entertainment. Alright. So in the manga Attack on Titan, we have an entire arc dedicated of the politics of the wall, of the inside job that led to what the world is today. And storytelling wise, this could have been very interesting, even it had the potential to be the best part of the manga. Except this arc is so slow and so boring. There are entire chapters in a row where you don't see or hear about the Titans. The manga is called Attack on Titans.
Oh yes, we all know it. The politics and character development, it's boring. You prefer big explosion, na.
Once again, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones because of the politic games. That said, it's not a question of content, it's a question of execution. But in the anime adaptation, they corrected the problem only by focusing this politic arc into the strong point and ignoring the rest. This can be traced as far back as season 2, because yes, even though there are like 4 or 5 years between season 1 and season 2, the Ymir flashback, it was 4 months old in the manga when the anime showed it. And to tell you, even Hajime Isayama, the author of Shingeki no Kyojin, says that he regrets this arc. He even stated that he was disappointed in his own work and hoped that season 3 would give his creation a do-over. Needless to say, it succeeded, because season 3 of Attack on Titan, in addition of being a masterpiece of animation, rendered the boring stuff into a digestible bite and put the narrative back on track with an incredible storytelling. 50 Shades of Grey. I don't want to talk about it. 50 Shades of Grey has many problems. We're talking about a porn fanfiction of Twilight that was written on the phone in only a few weeks. Does anyone really expect quality at this point? That plus the author was reached by people saying that her book promoted toxic relationship, and guess what? She qualifies these people as internet trolls, even though a good handful of them are probably toxic relationship survivors. She also has the reputation of blocking people who have negative things to say about her book online, which is as immature as it gets. But I believe we need to separate the art from the artist. Some artists are objectively monsters, but still their work is studied today in schools or is very appreciable. So why am I telling you all that? To clearly introduce my point and to show you how the movie adaptation managed to correct the massive problem with this book. Well, let's not say correct, the problem is just a little bit more mild. If consentment stories are a difficult topic for you, I invite you to use the chapter selector in the description of the video to go to the next entry because it's bad. It's done. Good, don't say I didn't warn you. So yes, the movie adaptation promote and romanticize the toxic relationship, the concept of stalking, and everything in between. But these problems, they come from the book, not the movie. The movie had the very bright idea of sugar-coating all the atrocities I'm about to tell you. In the movie, after the bar scene, Christian decides to bring a drunk Anastasia at his place and sleep next to her. In neither version does she call the police or even questions it.
You undressed me?
I didn't have much choice.
Where did you sleep?
In the film, she's embarrassed, which is somewhat okay considering our standard. But in the book, she concludes that if she was passed out drunk all night next to him and that he didn't try anything, it's because he is not physically attracted to her. Congratulations, that's the kind of message you want to get out there. That's the kind of message I want my little sister and my daughter to read. 10 out of 10. 10. Oh, and also the novel quotes Mao Tse's Little Red Book. I can feel the evil coming out of this story. Hey, Captain Salty, got something to add?
Nope, even I'm not gonna defend that.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallow. Harry Potter, famous for redefining the heroic fantasy genre, inspiring an entire generation, and Twitter polemics. Yeah, remember earlier when I said you have to learn to separate the art from the artist? That's what I meant. I don't think you realize that back in the day, the 8 Harry Potter movies were part of the top 50 highest box office grossing film of all time. It's never seen. I say back in the day, it was between Age of Ultron and Avengers Infinity War. So with a fan base as big as it is, the fans are divided. Some saying that the movie are alright, and some saying that they're pieces of trash and that the book is way better. And for the most part, yes, the novels are better than the movie, especially The Goblet of Fire.
And what do you do about this pathetic excuse for an adaptation that is The Order of the Phoenix?
Movie's great, book is great. Move on. As good as the books are, they have a big problem. You see, they're written in the third person, which means that the narrator can see everything and describe everything from multiple points of view. This kind of narrator is also called an omniscient narrator or a god narrator. With this kind of storytelling, the possibilities are simply endless. And that creates a problem in the 7th book. You see, in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallow Part 2, we have a scene where Ron and Hermione finally get in the Chamber of Secrets. The actual Chamber of Secrets, you gang of huge disgusting pervs? And they destroy a Horcrux using a basilisk's fang, element that will be very important for the climax of the film. Even you could argue that without this idea of Ron and Hermione, Harry would have probably lost against Voldemort. And as I was saying, the narrator in Harry Potter is omniscient. But the narrator still always follows Harry's point of view. This very important scene in the book, it's all done offset. And I'm not even kidding, it's not even in the book. Ron and Hermione just arrive with the destroyed Horcrux and a basilisk fang. One of the most important moments, a defining point in Ron's and Hermione character development is done completely off screen. One chapter they're with Harry, the next chapter they're not with him, and they come back with all that, and it's just like, it's the kind of situation that makes you wonder at what level can a writer fill your imagination with wonder until you realize that they're taking you for the biggest dumbass in human history. Ready Player One. If you've seen this video, you know that I personally believe Ready Player One to be one of the greatest book to movie adaptation of the past decade. But also I mentioned the incredible numbers of artistic liberties taken by the screenwriter to make Ready Player One a new story but faithful to the source material in a more symbolic style. For example, I could re-mention the fact that they extended their pop culture reference to all of cinema and gaming's history instead of just doing like the book and being stuck in the 1980s.
You appreciated that? But everyone knows the 1980s are the best part of human history when it comes to pop culture.
Salty, just shut up. You're like 2 weeks old.
I'm gonna tell it to my mommy.
But that's not the point I want to mention here. Instead of focusing on a specific beat or plot point in the story, I want to talk about the character treatment. Whether it is H's avatar that goes from a basic skin to a massive destroying killing machine, reinforcing their strong female archetype, or just the general idea behind Shoto and Daito that changes, but these are visual choices. Here, let's focus on Wade and Artemis as protagonists. In the movie, Artemis acts like a selfish brat, but it's revealed that it's just a cover to hide a far more interesting mission and personality. Later, we will learn to appreciate Samantha Cook for who she is. A person very rough around the edges, but who has a true heart of gold and real convictions. In the side of Wade, he is, yes, imperfect, but he also possesses the soul of a true hero. He's a passionate kid who got wrapped up in something way bigger than himself and now feels that he has to take responsibility.
In the name of James Halliday himself, please save the Oasis.
And we follow him in this journey because Ready Player One is his coming-of-age story, going from a nerdy kid to a smart and responsible adult. That's in the movie, because in the book, In the book, they're both terrible people. Artemis is a hot-headed gunter who insults and cuts off her life anyone who disagrees with her, while Wade, his passion for pop culture is used almost as a satire for the concept of geek and nerd. Plus, he's this unbearable, disrespectful, and selfish man-child. There are a lot of ways to write a flawed protagonist like that, but this time it's clearly not meant intentionally. At the end of the book, they both have learned slim to non-valuable lessons and are now billionaires in addition to their already gigantic heads. So we have a couple of relatively attractive nerds who use this excuse to be terrible people. Anyone? Does it ring a bell? The movie managed to avoid the problem, not by removing the flaws, but by attenuating them and, above all else, balancing them with some positive. Truly setting the basics for a very decent character arc for both Wade and Samantha. And it's better for the simple fact that if the antagonist of the book is an evil corporate megalomaniac and the protagonists are simply jerks in every single one of their interaction, who the hell am I supposed to root for? Who, I asked, the 11 years old samurai? Actually, I like Shoto. I wouldn't mind if he was the main character. So there you go, guys. Tell me, what are your picks for movie adaptations that are better than the books in the comment section? While you're there, remember that you can always support my channel and my artwork to following me on Instagram or Twitter. Please remember to subscribe and activate the bell to be notified whenever a new video comes up. Share this video with all your nerdy friends, and as always, thanks for watching.